Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this afternoon for this is going to be for an album review for the next Marathon Studio album review I'm doing today for September 19th for Demon Hunter's fifth studio album for their Marathon discography album reviews I've been reviewing since last Monday. So this is for The World is a Thorn that I just got done listening to for all 13 songs. I didn't really want to listen to the digital deluxe songs, so I just skipped that. I was like, I'll just do just the ones with the two extra tracks. Because there's technically 11 songs on this album, but if you count the other two, that'll make 13. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this Demon Hunter, The World is a Thorn album, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the first song, Descending Upon Us, and so far it's really good. Really like this track. It is 5.5 minutes, but it is really enjoyable. Ryan Clark's screaming and his sometimes clean sings through most of this song sound really good. So 5 out of 5 for Descending Upon Us. It's a pretty excellent track. Um, it starts the album off pretty good. But the next song is Life War, and that was a decent one. I think it's my least favorite, in my opinion. It's probably the weaker one out of everything else. Um, but it's mostly the only track that's the weakest on this album, and that's gonna bring the rating down a bit, but not too much to where I'm gonna hate this album. I really enjoyed this album for sure. So, Descending Upon Us 5 out of 5, and Life War 4 out of 5. At least it was short. It was under 2 minutes, but it just something about it I wasn't connecting with that track. Collapsing featuring Jorn Strid of Soil Work was a really good track. Really enjoyed the breakdowns in this song, and also just the heavy drum work and guitar work, and Ryan Clark's screaming and clean sings sound really good. And Jorn Strid sounded really good screaming too. So 5 out of 5 for this song. This Is the Line is the next song, and that was a pretty awesome track. It definitely rocks for sure. Basically, you get a lot of screaming stuff from Ryan Clark. His scream vocals sound really good in this, and uh, just the way he's singing the song from time to time and screaming it sounds really good. And the drum work and guitar work is amazing in this track, so 5 out of 5. Driving Nails was more melodic of a track, and it did have heavy drum work in the original version to it. There is a string mix at the very end of the album for the deluxe edition, of course, and the string mix was pretty good, but I'll get to that in due time when I get closer to the end of this review before I rate the album, of course. Um, yeah, Driving Nails was very melodic. Ryan Clark's clean sings sound really good in this track, and I really like how it's sounding overall, so 5 out of 5. The World is a Thorn, the title track for the album name, of course. Pretty good song. Really like the screaming stuff from Ryan. Ryan Clark's screamo vocals sound really good, and just basically the whole track as a whole sounded really good, and I wasn't really disappointed with this song. So 5 out of 5. Um, Tie This Around Your Neck is a pretty good song. Um, don't have many complaints about this track. Sorry, I'm slurring with my wording for a second. Um, yeah, this song was really good. So, really enjoyed the production in this track, and basically the overall drum work and guitar work is pretty good in this track. So 5 out of 5. Just Breathe featuring Christian Alverstam Alvestam Alvestam, I meant to say. Sorry, I'm messing up with how I'm pronouncing it. Of Solution.45. Um, Pretty good song. Really like it. Um, Both Ryan Clark and Christian Alvestam sound really good together in this track with their screaming vocals. And basically, the overall execution of this track and the delivery did really well. So 5 out of 5. Shallow Water. Shallow Water. I said it weirdly for a second. Um, yeah, this was a really good track. Really liked it. Scream wise and clean vocal wise from Ryan Clark sounded really good. So 5 out of 5. Feel As Though You Could featuring Dave Peters of Throwdown. Wasn't sure if I liked the chorus that much, but the verses were pretty strong. But still, pretty good song, despite having some weak moments in the chorus with how the chorus is sounding and how Ryan Clark is singing it from time to time. So, yeah, it still did pretty good despite some little criticisms about it. So, 5 out of 5. Blood in the Tears was a pretty well done song. Really like this track. So, 5 out of 5. It sounds really good with the drums and just the way the overall melody is sounding. I'm just connecting with the song quite a bit. I really could feel for the raw emotion with this track. Desire the Pain. This one I felt is a little hard for me to listen through. Um, because of how emotional this track is. Because of how Ryan Clark is singing the track, it sounds really good, but really hard to listen through with the lyrics too. Um, but it's still a really good song, so I highly recommend you check it out. That's how I'm viewing it, I guess. But it still did really good, so 5 out of 5. And finally, Driving Nails String Mix did really good. It was just very mellow because of just doing the violin work and the string work with this track. So it was really good. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Demon Hunter: The World Is a Thorn album has some raw emotion to this one, but does really well with how it's sounding. Life War, I wasn't feeling for, so 4 out of 5 for that one. That kind of brought the rating down by just a point of what I was gonna give it if Life War was good. But Life War was just not my favorite song, honestly. So overall, despite that song, I really enjoyed the rest of the tracks. Overall, I think Demon Hunter: The World Is a Thorn album was a really good listen. Highly recommend you check it out. And for a score for me, I'm giving Demon Hunter's fifth studio album for The World Is a Thorn a 9 out of 10. This was a really rockin' album, despite having a few criticisms about maybe one or two songs. I think Feel As Though You Could, the chorus was a little weak. But as it progressed on with the track, I started getting used to it a bit, so that's why I gave it a 5 out of 5, because it had good verses, but the chorus was the downside a bit, but it still did pretty good. So 9 out of 10 for The World Is a Thorn by Demon Hunter. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of Demon Hunter's fifth studio. Sorry, I'm messing up with how I'm holding my hand. Fifth studio album, The World Is a Thorn, if you've listened to it. I was trying to show you what number album this was for. So if you enjoyed this album review I did for you guys for Demon Hunter: The World Is a Thorn, I did the best I could to make it as good as possible for Demon Hunter: The World Is a Thorn album review. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I'll have another video coming out. Well, there's going to be two videos being premiered for tomorrow because I got to go to work tomorrow. So I won't be able to do it exactly during the afternoon time tomorrow because I'll be busy with work. from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, but still, I did the best I could to make this review as good as possible. Felt like this album had, closer to the end of the album, had more raw emotion to it, with Blood in the Tears and Desire the Pain. Because those tracks were sort of hard to listen through, with how emotional it makes you feel with the tracks, and you could really feel for the raw emotion in Ryan Clark's vocals in those songs. So yeah, it was really good, but somewhat hard to listen through. So that's how I viewed it, I guess, but still pretty strong album for sure. 9 out of 10 for Demon Hunter, The World is a Thorn. The True Defiance album review is going to be premiered tomorrow, along with the Tuesday album review tomorrow. So definitely tune into that. Hope you enjoyed this lengthy album review for Demon Hunter, The World is a Thorn. Stay safe, take care, guys, and as always, I will see you in my next review.